Holy shit, we're back. We got my nephew and longtime supporter, Devlyn Jessup, in the house tonight. Super excited about this one for a couple of different reasons. I want to recognize the amount of support from the beginning that he's given me, planting the ideas, helping me outsource equipment, even as far as financial donations. He's been there since before this thing was ever really even close to where it is now, and I say thank you to you.
Yeah, it's not a problem at all.
So,
something I wanted to do that I didn't have the courage to do. So,
yeah, it's been a long fucking road, as you've seen every step of the way.
Oh yeah, no, I don't doubt this is this is easy by any means. I know it's not easy. There's so much shit that goes along with it. I'm assuming I'm allowed to say whatever I feel like, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, don't be like nightmare, but
Either way. One of my absolute favorite things about you, I'm gonna start it this way, is since I've known you as an adult, you've always had this outstanding ability to how do I say, you take almost any situation and make it like 30 times more intense or interesting. Like, it could be a simple statement that needs to be said, and if it comes out of your mouth, it's gonna be something good.
That's because of the fact that I just realized that, like, after growing up and like there's certain things that I didn't appreciate or like I wish that I did differently. I then realized the fact that I even did something in that moment made it worth doing. And everyone always says like, I wish I did that, or I wish I had done something different. I always just think about the fact that, like, because I did something, that means that it was worth it, and whatever I could have done at that moment was the only thing I could have done.
Damn. I really honestly did not expect that answer.
Oh yeah, no, like
I wholeheartedly. Have you ever thought about how it gets perceived to people who don't necessarily know you?
Oh, 100%, every single time.
What do you think it's perceived as?
It's either cockiness or it's foolhardiness. I definitely think that people think I'm dumb most of the time. I don't think that people assume that
I know you.
I think my actions out of the way I do.
I know you well enough to recognize you as definitely one of the smarter motherfuckers in our family. And I say that with all due respect, but you're one of the only ones that has made something of themselves early on. Westmac, learning how to make airplane parts, and then landing a fucking job at Honeywell for how long now?
6 years, 5 years full time.
Yeah. And anybody who doesn't think that's impressive can suck my dick.
It's mainly okay. So there's 5 years in which I did fuck up, and it was just me trying to figure out who I was. And I'm glad I spent that 5 years actually doing dumb shit.
When was that?
17 to 20.
So anybody who thinks that
21.
17 to 21 is a point in time where you should have everything locked down.
Oh, I was completely off the walls. It was terrible.
Well, how else the fucking are you gonna learn to be an adult?
Well, that was the thing. Is like I remember like a lot of people said a lot of shit to me that like hurt my feelings, to say the least. And because of that, I decided to I just did whatever I wanted to. Like after I got injured in wrestling, and I couldn't work out anymore. Well, it was a head injury, and the head injury, like, I just stopped giving a shit. Like, I dropped out of calculus. I dropped out of like 2 AP classes, and then just TA'd for like 3 classes. And
I feel like I should remember this, but I don't.
I don't think you were around at that point in my life. I think that was the weird middle ground where like a lot of the family didn't talk to each other in general.
Well, me in my 20s was not fucking organized.
That's a fair enough point.
At all. But
yeah, no, like I was actually talking to Santana about this too recently. It's like there was a point in my life where I felt like I was isolated from everybody, and I know that once I didn't have wrestling, I was pretty much lost. And so, like...
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You were a good fucking wrestler, too. That's worth noting.
Well, okay, that's another thing, too, is, like, in wrestling, I never got a single compliment that was good. And it got to the point where, like... So, like, I don't respond well with positive feedback. I'm learning how to do that now.
I can see that. I'm not trying to be condescending, but
no.
I can see that.
No, I really like it is my it's something that I'm doing. I'm trying to do better is learn how to when someone says that I look good or that I'm doing something correctly to not immediately be like, well, no, because of this, or
Right.
no, I clearly fucked that part up. Like I just need to accept that I'm getting a compliment and that I need to just handle it. Like I've had relationships fail because I couldn't just be like, thank you.
I definitely can relate to this on a personal level, which is ironic. I've always thought like you and I don't really honestly think I wholeheartedly know who you are, like at your core of core.
I don't think I know who I am.
That's fair. That was fucked up, but fair. um, but I have to be honest with you after your statement about what I was talking about. I fucking might. I feel like I have a little bit better understanding. You took away like half of the input I had.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, no. I mean, what you said was a much better answer and a much better reference to who you actually are than what I thought was going to happen.
I'm gonna turn this off.
Because I am going to be honest with you. I always thought like it was a quote unquote just mechanism.
Oh, a coping mechanism to like
to cloud who you actually are for whatever reason you have.
Oh no, I'm actually like I pride myself on the fact that I'm completely honest about everything.
The fact that you're trying to make every fucking moment memorable makes me feel like a real douchebag, you know?
Ooh, do you want to go deeper on that?
Yeah, go.
Okay,
Let's go, bro.
The reason why I try to make every moment memorable is because I realize that since we all have a finite existence on this earth, everybody feels like they've lost years and years and years, and it's because they're only working or they're only droning away at whatever is going on.
Especially as time goes on.
Right.
Right.
And I realize that a lot of people want to go back to the glory days, which is like in high school, right after high school, because they have the most memories. So the more memories that you obtain, the longer your life is. You could live infinitely as long as you have as many memories to back up what happens every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to make every day at least have something that I could think of that's memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that way I live longer. The more you think about what's going on around you, the more that you enjoy your life. And that's why I feel like at the age of 26, I've experienced a lot more than people that are 40 years old. Even with walking around, watching all the fucking crackies and like just everyone doing their own thing, even the kind person that's just getting along, the people at the bus stop, watching my coworkers kind of do whatever they're doing. Just observing everything around me has made me feel like I've lived a much longer life than I really have so far.
Damn, dude. Fuck, I wish I would have had a handle on that in my 20s. I mean, I kind of did. I was doing my thing. I was partying. I was living my life, but
how much were you observing everything around you?
Right, and that's what I wasn't doing.
Yeah,
I was purely just making choices based on happy.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do. So I mean, it's so fucked up to say something like that because in reality, that's exactly what I'm doing now. But what I'm doing now is I'm using these decisions to build with. Like this podcast, for example. I don't have the fucking time for this. I don't have the time to maintain a fucking house, dude. I work just like you. We work 12-hour shifts.
That's the thing that fucks me up a lot is the fact that I have so little time. Like I use time to sleep. Mm-hmm. I like, to be fair, I only get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night. So when I go home and take an hour nap, that is just me losing out on 6 hours out of the day. So it's really not like I'm losing a lot.
You count it the same way I do. If I take a nap during the day, then I'm like, I could fucking stay up later now.
Yeah, well, that's my biggest problem.
Fuck off.
I stay up until like 10 or 11 o'clock, and I go to sleep, or I wake up at fucking 4 in the morning. It's not a good. It's not
good.
Sustainable,
No.
But it's more sustainable than what I was doing. So outside of high school, when I graduated, I went to college for a semester. I couldn't fucking do it. I there's no fucking way I was going to be an engineer. I tried to be a mechanical engineer.
I do remember that.
It was horrendous. I walked out of my calculus class and I never came back.
You're like, I'm done. I'm bouncing,
In fact,
dude.
when I walked out, I remember he was like an old you know, in I don't know whoever would get this reference, but it was like he looked like the guy from Corpse Bride. The dad for the mom, or no, it wasn't Corpse Bride. It was Corpse Bride. the dad of the bride,
Hmm.
like fat, stubby, hair out, fucking wiry hair and shit.
Yeah.
The professor looked like that when he saw me get up during a test. He looked at me and he was just like, "See ya, man." And I could see in his eyes, I can see in his eyes, he was just like, "Yeah, you weren't meant for this." And at first, I thought it was an insult, and then I realized that he didn't look at me as someone that couldn't do it. He just looked at me as someone that just didn't like. This isn't the path that you wanted to take.
Right. The passion is not here.
Yeah. So I think he did respect me in a certain way because not a lot of people walk out of class. A lot of people just don't go back.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, my other teachers didn't give a shit. But after that, I got a job at Jimmy John's. I got denied at McDonald's. Like they told me I was overqualified at McDonald's, and they didn't hire me.
Oh, that's happened to me at Walmart.
That was after 3 months of looking for a job,
Mm-hmm.
and then McDonald's was like, "Sorry, we can't afford you."
How defeating is that?
It felt like shit. And then I got a job at Jimmy John's because of nepotism.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah, so one of my friends at the time, I started hanging out. Okay, I was donating blood and doing yard work for money.
Hmm.
And at this time, I was constantly having negative $5 in my bank account. So I would carry $20 around, and I would just make an effort.
A little bit of cash to get yourself by.
Yeah, while I was getting taxed out the ass by Wells Fargo for not having enough money.
Yep.
I was donating blood. I might be anemic now. I bleed a lot more than I used to. But I'm not anemic, but I definitely there's repercussions for donating blood for 3 years. But I was doing twice a week for 3 years straight.
That might have something to do with it.
$40 a week just by donating blood, and that $40 got me enough to have fun. The landscaping money was enough to keep what I had just at base. And then I got a job from Jimmy John's because my friend worked. A lot of my friends worked there because they got a job from their OG friend that graduated before them. And when I got the job at Jimmy John's, I saved up for a month and I bought an HTC Desire I. It was white and red, and that was my first baller move I've ever made in my life.
Good feeling, right?
It felt so good.
Yeah.
I took the time. I looked at everything. I didn't want an Apple phone. I didn't want a Samsung.
I miss HTC.
LG.
I'm just gonna say that
LG wasn't good at the time.
No, well, you
HTC.
didn't like the chocolate.
I love the chocolate, but that this wasn't smartphone era.
No, it wasn't.
This was 2015.
Oh.
I just bought my first smartphone in 2015.
Oh, 2015. Oh, shit. Where was I in 2015? What did I have? Dude, I fucking fought. I fought the full touchscreen thing for so long. I might have had an HTC. I used to have the sideways one that had the keyboard underneath it.
Sidekick.
No.
No?
Wasn't
Oh, you're talking about the Voyager?
It was like
No.
It was the HTC something 2, like Commander. No, that doesn't sound right.
That's the one that had it was a normal phone and then you switched it up.
Well, it literally it's probably not this size, but
no, they were tiny as shit.
It was
back
close
then.
to this. It was a full screen, and then if you flipped it up sideways, it had a QWERTY.
Oh, I do know. Yeah, it was like an LG Voyager or whatever. Those were popular back in the day. I can't remember for sure, but the HTC Desire I, it was about this size actually. It was like the biggest smartphone on the market at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And the screen itself was only like 5 inches, but it had this fucking massive, just 48 megapixel camera on the front of it, like right in the middle, and it worked great for 2 years. I beat the shit out of that thing, and then I don't know what happened. I think I got it wet, so because this was also when nobody had like water resistance.
Oh yeah. I forget that's a dude. We're so fucking spoiled now. But anyway, I'm locked. I'm locked onto your story now. So you got your HTC.
So I got my HTC.
Yes.
I was at T-Mobile. I went with AT&T because I didn't want to do anything that my parents were doing. So Verizon was out of the question.
Yeah.
So I did AT&T, and it was like $60 a month. I was able to do that. I made $210 a paycheck.
Boom.
I thought that was fucking insane. I really thought that was like I'm fucking in it. I am
God.
the man.
That you say that, and I if I get anything less than $2,000 now, I'm upset.
Yeah, no, 100%,
dude. I'm like, what am I gonna do with myself?
Yeah, but at $200, everything, a fucking burger costs like $1.
Yeah.
So I had so much money.
Inflation is a motherfucker.
But I realized that it also wasn't that expensive because I was starting to build on like paying my car insurance and like other stuff like that. Which my car insurance at the time was only $60 too. So, but because of that, I started. I met this girl that was. She had a thing for me, and she would like steal her parents' weed all the time. So I asked her like, "How much would you sell me like their shake?"
Right.
And so they would. She was like, "I'll give you $20 for 14 grams." I was like, "Yeah, I'll fucking do it.
Send it."
So she would give me 14 grams a week, and then I would sell that 14 grams on my deliveries in order to like get extra cash, and they would just give it to me as a tip.
Oh, we're double dipping.
Oh yeah, I double dipped in Jimmy John's.
I love it.
And towards the end of so I would do that. It got to the point where there was another crack dealer in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
And this crack dealer looked a lot like me. And this was like the first time I had long hair.
Oof. Oh.
So I had long hair and a goatee.
Yeah.
And I was just like cruising around doing whatever I was doing. And someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, are you crazy?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, "No, are you crazy, man? Like, I need my stuff. I need that white girl." And I was like, "No, I'm not crazy.
I don't have white girl for you."
Who the fuck do you think I am? So I had to fight a crackhead because he thought I was crazy, which is apparently the name of the guy that fucking sold crack in that neighborhood. And I won. I didn't fucking lose. I'm not going to lose against a fucking crackhead. I was still in my prime. I was 19 years old. I was just off of doing MMA and shit.
Right. Yeah.
And so, like, I was completely fucking ready. But, like, I beat him. And then I started asking people around when I would go to, like, the hookah lounge and stuff. Like, who the fuck is crazy? And they're like, "I thought you were him, man." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I met him.
Oh, shit. You did?
Yeah. And
how was that?
He's like, "Who the fuck are you?" I'm like, "Are you fucking crazy?" He's like,
"You guys just run into yourselves?"
Yeah. Like, I think I was getting like fucking spinatos.
Oh my God.
And he walked in and I was like, "Hey man, I've been getting, people think I'm you." And he's like, "Well, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm fucking, not what you're doing.
I fucking drive for Jimmy." What do you?
Yeah.
What is the game plan here? Jesus Christ,
So
man.
yeah, throughout the years, we like, I kept getting, we kept getting mixed up for each other. Nothing ever bad happened out of that, but it's not. No, I'm looking.
Do they still make
HTC?
phones?
No, they don't.
Okay, this is it.
That's the one you had.
Oh
the HTC
no, it's
Touch
not.
Pro?
That's not because I didn't have all this bullshit.
If you look up the HTC, oh sorry, I got distracted. You ADD the fuck out of me.
I'm sorry. Oh no, I need a fucking. I need somebody to be in here doing this shit for me. I should not be doing this while we're podcasting. Because your story is way more interesting than a goddamn cell phone.
But they it's the HTC Desire Eye.
Thank you.
So I after meeting him, whatever, that didn't matter. Towards the end of I started going to school at about this time. And I had this girlfriend at the time. I was trying to be a chubby. I thought maybe I was a chubby chaser. So I dated this really big girl. And I wasn't a chubby chaser, but I also didn't want to break her heart. So I was just, we were kind of eating salads a little more often and like kind of doing stuff like
just
that.
Just really encouraging the healthier lifestyle.
Yeah, I was like 150 pounds at this time. So yeah. I was still like,
I remember you as a wrestler.
I looked like a cracky myself.
You were fucking lean.
Yeah, I was looking back on those pictures. I'm like, no one thought this was bad.
No, you were fucking built, dude.
I was built, but I also had like the biggest indents in my face.
Oh, you're a little washed out.
Oh, I was complete, and also it's probably one of the reasons why I can't sleep today. That's another series. That's another fucking series of stories. But they what is it called? Towards the end of me working at Jimmy John's, I got a job at the hookah lounge that I went to all the time.
I do remember that.
I think that's about the time you started showing back up, to around 2016.
Well, I was there for Jimmy John's because you used to work in the one at Cave Creek in the 101.
Yeah.
I got like one sandwich from you, I think.
I almost got into a fight with my, I'm not going to say his name, but he was a fucking pedophile.
This bullshit.
I remember that shit. That whole phase of,
What's that called?
TechCrunch?
Okay, I don't fucking remember, dude, but...
No, that's not the name of it. That's a whole ass ad. I don't know what it is.
Oh.
But, no, I almost got into a fight with with my boss because...
Oh, I do remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, the Evo 4G. Wow, 4G was that old.
Yeah, dude, I remember when 3G was cool.
But they, no, he was harassing me, and then he would, like, try to sexually harass the female coworkers, and I got to the point where I was just fucking done with it.
You stood up.
Yeah, I stood up for them, and then that didn't get me in trouble, but after that, he started calling me in at, like, 4 or 5 in the morning because, I didn't clean good enough. I was a shift lead at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, he started talking shit to me about how I don't have a good work ethic, and I got so pissed off that I decided like, okay, fine, I'm gonna kill this guy. I don't know why this was my mindset at this point. I think it was still wrestling mindset where like my enemy doesn't get to live until I get pulled off of them, because that's just what wrestling fucking makes you think of, and because of that whole thought process, I just started walking towards him. Like, I was like, you're not going to talk to me like this anymore, and you don't deserve to be around anyone else.
Right, we're done.
And so
it's over.
My district manager came out the back, and I got transferred. And then he got fired.
What did you get transferred to?
I got transferred to 3rd Street and Bell.
How long did that last?
About another 6 months until I just walked in on my day off and told the assistant manager that I quit. And then the next day I started working at XL Hookah Lounge, which doesn't exist anymore, so I feel okay saying that.
Do you know I worked at Jimmy John's?
I did not know you worked at Jimmy John's.
Arrowhead.
That's hilarious.
I worked there when I had my own shop. Did you know that?
No, we might not have been in the same franchise.
No. Did you know I had my own shop though?
No, I didn't know that.
Had my own shop, and I had a Honda S2000.
That's fucking awesome.
That had my name plastered, not my name, but my shop name plastered on the side of it. And I used to deliver Jimmy John's in that. It was a convertible, so I had to put the sign on the trunk.
Do you understand how fucking jealous I am?
Why? About what?
Owning an S2000.
Dude, I'm so pissed that I fucked that whole thing up.
Yeah, I'm pissed that I sold my Miata too, but
I was goddamn 23 and I fucking ruined the whole... Anyway, we're not going to get into that. That's a whole goddamn shit show of a story.
But yeah, no.
That I fucked up.
But
we got fired for making bird noises in the back and scaring customers.
That sounds about right. I used to play Waka Flocka in my store.
Yes! Not playing bird noises.
No.
Making bird noises.
Oh no! I played foul shit. I would play Immortal Technique in the store, and grannies would come and be like, "This is very inspirational stuff. This really makes me like want to actually help the younger generation not deal with this."
This makes me so happy.
I don't listen to that shit anymore because I realize how fucking horrorcore it was. I know they're not considered horrorcore, but you know, it's fucking horrorcore.
It's like I said, it's one of my favorite things that you're so outrageous. I can always count on Devlyn to bring a party to the conversation. Like at the very least, I don't have to have a group of friends to have a party. Nope, I just call my nephew.
Oh no, I like to say so I realized that like I used to try to freestyle, and in order to freestyle, you have to have a really expansive ability to just think of shit on the fly. Well, I couldn't rhyme, but I learned how to improv, and I think that's why I have such a fucking snappy mouth. Is like I always have something new to say. Someone says something, and then my brain just goes immediately to the worst thought process.
Yeah,
and I enjoy it.
I've heard it go pretty fucking sideways. Like, that has nothing to do with what I was talking about, but that's where we're at now. So, welcome.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I think I've also influenced everyone else around me because, like, my dad makes jokes in the same format as I do now.
He does.
Like, he's gotten very comfortable with himself, and I love it.
Yeah.
Jace, I kissed Lakin, and then Jace was like, "Well, where's my kiss, brother?"
He's definitely opened up quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
He's going to be an interesting person.
He's gonna be great.
How old is he?
21. He's just getting into it.
Oh man,
It's been scaring me that he's been like he's been loving like beer brands and shit. Since me and him have moved in.
He's loved what?
Beer brands like 805, Miller Lite, Heineken. Like he just fucking loves those brands. I don't know why.
You know he's gonna try, right?
He's gonna try it eventually, and I hope he doesn't try it around me because I don't want to be responsible for that.
Damn.
I told him.
See, bring the party.
I told him that the reason why we keep the light on the stairs is because his room is directly outside of that, and if he turns left instead of right, I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night to 300 pounds just falling down.
Dude, he's going to destroy that staircase.
And not only is he going to destroy that staircase, but if I go and I see that he's alive, now I have to fucking deal with it. If he's dead, I can go back to sleep and not deal with it.
Oh, God, that's real.
I can deal with it and then get a week off for bereavement.
How do you feel about him? At one point in time, he's going to try and live a little bit.
No, you can do whatever he wants.
That's
Honestly,
probably the wrong statement.
No. I think about this all the once again. From the very beginning, I've always thought about like the immortality in life and what life really means. Mm-hmm. And that is something that I think about a lot. Is like Jace just going off the hinges. And you know what? As of right now, he's 21 years old. He's led a life in which he's only been able to live. And if he wants to do anything outside of that, he can definitely do whatever he wants to do. I support anything as long as he has a fucking out. If he has a way to come back from the fuck up that he did, then it's fine. Because everything that I try to do
is called responsibility.
Yeah. He's responsible for his own actions, and I don't have a fucking say in what he does. If he wants to drink one of my beers and he finds out that he's not allergic, then that's fucking cool. If he wants to smoke a cigarette... Happens. Okay, here's the other part of that. Our family, we what would you call it? Like,
we're not going to use the A word.
I wasn't going to say that.
We're not going to use the A word.
I was going to say something like an addictive personality.
No, I would disagree. I would actually strongly disagree.
Okay.
That might be on a personal basis. I can't speak for the rest of those fuckers. So you might be right. I might have to backtrack on that one. I'm like, well, I'm thinking about it in my head.
Tell me someone that doesn't have an addictive personality in our family.
Well, I don't, for one. I enjoy this. That's different. That's not.
I enjoy that too.
That's not an addiction. But I'm thinking about, the entire family
here's the thing.
Has a very strong dependency for weed.
You keep that at arm's length. Okay, wait. That was the worst way of saying that.
I mean, I do.
Yeah, I know. You keep that leveled down. But that can easily just fucking end you.
100%.
I keep this leveled out. I have a strict not regiment. I have a strict guidance for the way I drink. Mm-hmm. And that makes me not drink as often. If I didn't have that guidance, if I let one of those rules slip, I could easily see myself just going down the fucking deep end. It's like, I've been addicted to heroin twice in my life. Not heroin, Vicodin, but same fucking thing.
Boy, my heart just stopped. I was like, how did I fucking miss this chapter?
So when I was fucking 12,
Was this the medication thing?
Yeah, this is the whole medication thing. So yeah, I know firsthand how pharma works. When I was 12 years old, I got addicted because I got my tonsils taken out. And then like a month and a half after, I was still getting Vicodin.
They just keep pumping you with pills.
They just kept giving me Vicodin. Yeah. To the point where my family stopped me. And I actually tried to fight my parents because of the fact that it hurts so much to live.
I remember that.
Yeah. And so, I learned that. The second time I was addicted, I was 17 years old. And they gave me a 45-day dose. Or a 45-day amount of Vicodin and Oxycontin. Because I got my deviated septum fixed.
That could have ended you.
Oh, I realized
45 days.
I realized that I was 2 weeks in. I was addicted because I didn't need it anymore. Yet I still hurt.
Right.
I realized that once my back hurt.
You say that and I stretch. I'm like, oh, my back hurts.
Yeah.
Great.
I realized that once my back hurt, that I should probably calm the fuck down, and so I sold the rest of them at school.
So this is kind of where I draw that line, because
I'm not saying it was good. I was 17. I was like, well, I can make some money.
I have a this is why I want to fight with the word addictive personality.
Okay, fair enough.
Because you and I both like to drink.
Yeah.
Not a question, period. We drink, but you and I are probably the most stable motherfuckers in our entire family. Let me start there. You know that, right?
No, I know. Well, one of them, yes. I was actually gonna add on to you, but I was gonna let you continue.
Oh, all I was gonna say was I think the ability to know when it's time, during the week, for example, the ability to have the responsible choice of, all right, well, I guess this will be the last one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not drinking in the morning, I think is huge. As much as I fucking want to. No.
Oh, no, I love just drinking from like fucking 10 a.m. to midnight, but I know I can't. I know I shouldn't.
The thought of that felt so good.
I know,
folks.
right? It's so fucking fun. I love waking up
Day drinking.
I love waking up, going to the shower, or going to the fridge, open a beer, and then take a shower.
I hope
that is the coolest fucking thing in the world. I can't do that.
I hope to God at some point in time I can have this conversation with Bert Kreischer.
You realize this is an addictive personality, right? We're describing an addictive personality. We just know how to stop it.
That's fine. Yeah, we have control over it.
With that being said, like there's certain members in our family. I don't want to name anyone that is or isn't, but there's certain members in our family that like when they need a new job, they just calm down and don't smoke. And then we have certain people that are like, I'm just gonna have piss. It's half and half. There's not a middle ground.
No, not for that. There's not.
It's half and half. It's not a specific person. It's everyone. Everyone in our family has. It's like
I think that's a good way to describe it, though. The ability to stop something, to fix something that needs to be fixed, and then moving forward.
Yeah.
I mean that's. This is why, like, and I go back. I was gonna say it earlier, but like, you were probably the only motherfucker in our family that can drink with me.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that because I've drank grown men that are like
I mean
seasoned that under the table, and I am surprised every time.
I'll give you my input on that, and it's probably just me because, I'm like, does he drink a lot? Yeah. Do I drink a lot? Yeah. But then I always go back to, you handle your shit better than most of the motherfuckers out there.
Oh yeah, no, I've.
So when I say that to myself, I'm like, okay, well, as long as that's happening, I have zero right.
Yeah.
To say or feel any certain way. You can do what the fuck you want to do because your shit's taken care of.
Because I go to work in the morning.
Yeah.
Like that's.
You handle your shit top to bottom. You have a new car. You have a sick-ass fucking job.
I just got a brand new fucking phone, too. I got the Google Pixel 7 Pro. This is not a sponsored ad, but this is fucking dope. Google. I love this shit.
You have your own place. You have your own shit. What the fuck does it matter what you do that you enjoy doing? It doesn't fucking matter.
Oh, do you want me to go back?
Yeah, we probably should go back.
Yeah, okay. So
take a few steps back. I'm sorry. I get sidetracked. You make it really easy to sidetrack.
I'm good at it.
Oh, no.
So going back, I just started working at Exhale. I quit my job at Jimmy John's. I just walk. I've never given 2 weeks. Fuck the 2 weeks. The 2 weeks makes no fucking sense. If you can just fire me and I'm fucked for like a month and a half, you can be fucked for a month and a half.
Dude, it literally puts you back like a month and a half.
So I got a new job. So I got the job at Jimmy John's, and I'm going to school. So I go to school from noon, 12:30 to 4, and then it was 1 to 5, and then I would drive to Exhale and work 6 to 2:30, and then I would go home and sleep, and that would be my schedule. I started losing out money on that job, and that job was under the table, so there's no way I was going to be able to like fight anything that was going on.
Right. Really can't argue with shit.
Yeah. And then so because of that, I started working at a vent cleaning place, and I would go on top of rooftops and I would spray chemical lye everywhere.
Oh, yes.
Concentrated lye everywhere. And so, okay, in this time, I went from vaping. I started out vaping, and then I smoked cigarettes. And then I quit smoking cigarettes, and I would just smoke hookah like a couple times a week.
I remember having hookahs and smoking hookah with you.
I want to go back. I fucking love hookah.
I haven't had that shit in so long.
But I would I did that vent cleaning job, and when I did that vent cleaning job, I started smoking cigarettes again. I got up to 2 packs a day. Mm-hmm. So this is when my cigarette addiction got real fucking bad, because the smell and taste of lye was so terrible.
Yeah, I can only fucking imagine.
I would smoke cigarettes I kind of feel what the juice felt like in the showers. That's essentially what they fucking used. I would smoke cigarettes
God damn.
to mask the smell
Yeah.
of the lie.
Yeah.
And so I would smoke 2 packs. I would smoke a pack at night and a pack in the daytime. And this was just what I fucking did now. Like that. I'm really good at just like, this is my situation and this is what's going to happen. And I'm going to get through it. So I was cleaning vents. I was an industrial chimney sweep. And I worked at a hookah lounge. And I was a full-time student. So I did all 3 of those things. I was working, so I'd wake up at noon, go to school. After school, I would go to the hookah lounge and work there. And after the hookah lounge, I would work a full 8 hours. And then I'd go to sleep for 4 to 5 hours. And then I would do all of that 7 days a week because there was just no consistency in my schedule at that point. And
God damn, dude.
that girl I was talking about that I was seeing when I worked at Exhale and I was going to school at, I let her know that like I need to get my life back on track because my life is I'm seeing my life slip away from my hands, and I don't want to be someone that works across the street at that Circle K.
Oh,
So
man.
when I told her I wasn't going to see her as often, she thought that meant I'm breaking up with you.
Oh.
So I go inside and she breaks up and she starts like hitting my car and shit. I was still driving the Ranger at this. I've had the Ranger this whole fucking time.
Jesus Christ. Now I have it.
Also, by the way, during all of this, I was still helping my dad do his fucking postal business. So in between all of this shit, I would drive across the valley installing real estate posts because it's also peak time for what was that fucking foreclosure land? So I was doing that all the time too. I was doing that for money during all of this as well. So I just fucking did whatever I could for money.
Well,
and
it's a good thing you know how to hustle.
I fucking can. And so during that whole portion, I would I was doing that. I did that for about 6 months. I got 5. This is when I realized that I should probably stop drinking and shit done. No, this is not when I realized about that. I realized that when I couldn't tie my shoes because I was fucking fat. I was also, like, a lot of the money that I was making at this point was no longer going to savings. It was to make sure that I was squared away and that I had more alcohol. And I was drinking, like, 3 or 4 40s a night at one point. Just because they were cheap as shit and I could have a 5-pack of Black and Mild and I knew how to pace that.
Right.
And it was fucking terrible. I probably lost a couple of years of my life doing that.
Yeah, well, you can't win them all.
Yeah, well, memories learned. There was a point at this is when I had the most friends. Like, I had like 20, 30 friends at this point, and I was just constantly fucking with them all. There's also where I met all the friends that I have now.
Right.
Minus Stetson. I knew him since 8th grade.
He's a good guy.
He's a great guy. I love him.
Guy. Yeah.
I
still talk to him.
I got into an argument with my family because I was going to miss Easter. And so instead of missing Easter, I chose my job. And I think that's something that I learned. That family was more important. Because I was pissed off at that moment. But then once everybody came over and we were all having a good time, I realized I didn't give a shit. Like, I'm going to find another job. It's not like finding a job is really that hard. I mean, it's a lot different a couple of years later, but...
Yeah. It's crazy to think we're almost 10 years away from that.
But yeah, like, I straight up, like... I didn't go to my job. I didn't tell them. Once again, I don't fucking tell people. And then they told me, maybe you're not a good fit for this place and you shouldn't come back.
Who's told you that?
The people that at that vent job.
They told you that?
Yeah.
Maybe you're not a good fit.
I wasn't a good fit. That's why I didn't show up to work. That's why I didn't tell anybody.
Oh, yeah.
So they fired me to feel better about themselves, but I really just didn't fucking give a shit.
Sure.
So after that, I started looking for another job, and I worked as passenger assistant at Sky Harbor.
What the fuck does that entail?
I pulled fat fucks up of onto terminals and into their planes for $4 an hour in 2018.
I didn't know that was a fucking
Or
position.
2016. Sorry, my bad. 2016. I started working at Honeywell in 2017. But 2016, I should not have said my job's name. Oh well. I still work there. It's not good.
I can
Or it's
pull,
good.
I can pull it out.
That's fair too. Just that one specific part. But until I worked as passenger assistant at Sky Harbor Airport, and the company that I worked for got bought over by 2 other companies. I worked there for 3 months. They never gave me a uniform. I had to use police code on the fucking radio sets in order to say, I need another fat fuck to move. That is the absolute worst job I've ever had.
Oh my
Never do passenger assistance. It's not
God.
fucking worth it.
That is strange. I've never heard of that.
I
But
was still going to school too.
I also don't fly. So.
I would wake up at 3 a.m. every morning. So I went from working until 8 a.m. every morning or 7 a.m. every morning to working at 4 a.m. every morning. So in a weekend, switched my...
So you're helping big people to be sensitive. You're helping big people get to the airplane at 5 in the morning.
I was helping people that weighed 455 pounds get to their airplanes. And if they, God forbid, had a significant other, I would help both of them at the same time move up these terminal ramps.
Are you talking about like in wheelchairs, walkers?
Yes.
What are we doing?
Wheelchairs. People that need 2 or 3 seats, I would help them get to their via wheelchair.
How long did you have this job?
3 months.
God, you're a lot nicer than I am.
I did not show up on like I gave it 3 months, and after having to say I'm 10-2, I'm 12-6. I'm
kind of surprised that you just rattled off those.
I can name off 10 other ones. I hate that job so fucking much. That is the worst fucking job I've ever had, and I never want to go back.
Yeah, fair enough.
If I ever go there, that is an unaliving moment to ever have to go back to that place.
Yep, sounds like it. Sounds like this is my last moment, and if things don't get better tomorrow, I'm fucking out. I'm leaving.
Yeah, so I just quit that job cold turkey, and I never went back. I actually didn't have another job. I was out of a job for about 3-4 months, and I felt like a complete piece of shit.
Understandable.
That's when I got into another bout with people about how I was a scumbag and how I was like shitting away my life and I have no aspirations and everything. And the entire time I'm trying to do right. At around this time too, the hookah lounge stopped giving me work. They just didn't give me any more time to work, and they would keep telling me like, yeah, we're gonna put you back on the schedule. And it got to the point where I was just like, you're just tell me.
Right.
Just let me know.
It's going to be better for me if you just tell me what's going on.
Yeah, I don't want to keep thinking I'm going to get paid another $40 for helping you for 4 hours. Like, so I get a call out of the blue. I finally graduate. I finally graduate from my school, and I get a call out the blue from my friend Cooley. I think he's in the military still, or he just got out. Something along those lines. But he. Sorry.
Can I have some of that little guy?
He got me. Actually, you want this one?
Little nicotine fix for daddy.
I know which one you want. You want the one that everybody likes.
Okay.
It's Dragon Kiwi.
Dragon Kiwi. Anyway,
I get a call out the blue while helping Stetson with something. Oh, I was fixing his sister's car. She drove a Mazda 3, a 2006 Mazda 3.
Stetson has a sister?
Yes.
Well, this is news to me.
So I tried to fuck so many of her friends growing up. It was not okay.
That's what you do. You do your thing.
There's a specific time that I can remember that I was told by everybody, you don't want to. That's another story.
Oof, yeah. We'll come back on that one.
Yeah. But I was fixing the windshield, the wiper motor on her 2003 Mazda 3. And no, her mom had a 2003 Honda Civic. She had the 2006 Mazda 3. I was fixing the windshield motor, and this is when I still didn't really know what the fuck I was doing, but I was like winging it, just telling everybody, yeah, I can do that. I fixed it. I'm glad it worked. Nothing bad happened. But and I get a call from my buddy Cooley, He's like, "Hey, do you want a chance of a lifetime?" And I'm like, "Cooley, what the fuck are you trying to have me do
does that
right
mean,
now?"
Cooley?
This guy was sketchy, so I was like, "Fucking, he's cool. I fucking love Cooley." But he said it in a very sketchy way. I was like, "What the fuck are you about to have me transport?" He's like, "No, dog. I want. Do you want to work at Honeywell?" Fuck. And then
Oh, Cooley got you linked.
yeah.
Oh.
Once again, nepotism. Every job I've ever had was nepotism, other than the one job.
I didn't realize that, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So someone that I graduated with
Yeah.
got me into Honeywell, and I was told that I'm giving you such a project.
No, you're good. You're good. Sorry.
I got told I was gonna do a certain thing. I got told I was gonna do teardown on swing shift. And when I got there, I was doing final prep, which is lock wire. I was lock wiring for a year and a half.
I remember that.
My hands are still not good for that. That probably gave me arthritis.
Probably.
But I worked 76 hours a week doing that for a year to get hired on.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, I'm finally able. It's been 5 years since I started working there.
Now you got some fucking pull.
I have more pull than I ever thought I was ever going to get.
No, but
it turns out working hard actually did benefit me, and not just sucking the supervisor's dick like everybody else.
Right.
Because all those people are gone now, and I'm actually the one that people have to listen to. And
right
I
now,
can't believe that.
Now they look at you and they're like, "Well, this is our senior." Mm-hmm. And guess what, bitch? You're gonna listen to me for a minute.
Yeah, people that have been there for 20, 30 years ask me for help now. I am the fuck. I don't know how that fucking happened.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up.
But so this ended up being my working experience.
So you started that in 2017?
I started Honeywell in 2017.
Did you think?
Did it again. It doesn't matter.
Oh, that's okay. It's a good plug. It's a good shout out there. It's an amazing company. I've watched.
No, I plan on retiring there.
I was actually just gonna say I've watched so many different different people retire from Honeywell and be treated amazingly.
It's honestly like it. I can't believe that I have the benefits that I do. I can't believe that when I finally retire, I actually have the ability to go somewhere else or do something else, and actually like maybe not do something else.
Do you actually foresee? Do you have like the want right now to actually stay there long enough and just retire from there?
Who the fuck has the want to do anything for that long?
Okay, not my point.
I see myself having the ability to stay there and coasting on the second half by just continuously doing what I'm doing now.
Gotcha.
I've never stayed at a job for more than a year.
Right, me neither.
And I'm sure I missed a couple of like odd jobs. One of the things I used to do, I used to set up balloons for parades.
What the fuck, man? How did I miss all of these? Go ahead.
Fucking shout out to Jake White. That guy's insane. He helped me so much. He helped me and Stetson both.
Badass.
He would find an odd job and he's like, I need 2 guys, and then he would just hit up me or Stetson, and then we would do it.
Dude, I miss having that.
Dude, it was so fucking nice. But this is also like pre-tax, so this was when I was still in high school and then a little bit out of it. So in terms of me doing all of those jobs, I also did those side jobs, and I was doing real estate posts for my dad. I
just pulling pennies here and there.
I will make sure that I get rent.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's one thing that you and I share, amongst other things, is that drive. It's not a question. It's not a question if I'm going to pay rent. It's just how.
Yeah. 100%.
It's never a question if. It's fucking when. You know what I mean?
I will make sure that everyone, like, it's like the thing where it's like, I know it doesn't cost any extra money to get installments on your phone. I will pay the phone outright. I do not give a fuck. The fact that I was willing to, like, here's the thing. I bought my car, or I got my car and I have a certain amount of payments. I have the money to pay it off, and I contemplate every single day on just dropping all the fucking money and getting rid of that because I don't like owing. When I owe someone money, I immediately try to give them it back because I do not want to have that. With that being said, if I believe that someone is good for it, I give them money without expecting it back in return. That's the other thing too, is like I'll have extra money, and I understand that some people don't. So I'll just help them out, and I don't expect the money back. Because when I didn't have money, and I was getting fucked over, we can talk about like my cop adventures from 2013 to 2016. It was towards the ends of SB 1070. That was a law that stated if you look like a foreigner, you can get pulled over and they can ask you for your papers or identification.
I remember that.
To verify whether or not you are supposed to be in this country.
Yeah, I do remember that.
It was hell, and that is another conversation for another day.
Mm-hmm.
But I have made sure my whole life that if someone needed an extra $500, that I was able to do that for them because I love them and I want them to be okay.
You have admittedly loaned me amounts.
I've loaned a lot of people amounts. I just can't remember. I just don't care. Money doesn't fucking matter to me,
dude. And you know, it's the same thing for me too. Like when I have money, money's just money. I don't give a fuck. If somebody I care about is with me and shit needs to be taken care of for a minute, I don't give a fuck about money. Money is just money, and I'd rather see you in a better situation than I would fucking give a shit about the money, because I don't.
Yeah, I make sure I can do what I need to do, and that's all I care about.
Business is business. That's a whole different deal.
Yeah.
But when it comes to somebody close or somebody important, I don't give a fuck about money.
Oh, yeah, 100%. What's the thing is, like, I don't make friends at work. I have friends at work, but I have friends because of the fact that they know they can rely on me when I need them.
Right.
Or when they need me.
Right. I
don't have friends at work because of the fact that they know they can come up to me and and bullshit with me for 30 minutes because they don't want to do their job. There's a difference here.
I got those fuckers too, and I know you guys are listening.
Okay, so I'm not gonna bullshit. Can we pause this? And
yeah.
I can go pee real quick and then come back.
Of course.
'Cause I feel like we're at a good stopping point.
We are, sure.
All right.
Let me just figure out what fucking piece of equipment I need to be focusing on here. I got 3 computers, and
Put it on the air.
And we're fucking back from pissing.
Yeah. So, anyways,
a little bit more beer, a little bit less piss. It's all good.
Moving this into a different area, like getting a tough shed and something, and it'd be cheaper to do that and buy those panels. That would give you a better sound quality too.
We're revisiting. I think I brought it up with a couple other guests, talking about remote studio outside of my 3rd bedroom in my house for multiple reasons. There is a remote studio talk, but I think my time frame is. Yeah, I don't know.
You know what? I don't think you need another thing. This is fucking perfect. Like, for instance, you have...
This is pretty good.
This is intricate, and it's almost exactly what you need.
Right.
Like, I don't imagine you having 3 people, but if you were to be able to get another microphone, you could have 2 people bouncing off each other, and then having someone right there that you need to, like, be doing all the looking up shit. But, like, this... Unless you need to move out, I don't think you need to. I think just save up and get everything good for where you're at right now. This is fucking perfect, actually. Like,
well, going back to what we're talking about at your house. No, no. I'm still on the studio thing.
Okay.
But one of the things we were talking about at your house was I'm gonna get my hands on that keyboard for 1.
Yes.
That drum set for 2. Because part of my endeavors are I want to start putting music together, which I think I've also talked about on here. And if I haven't, then you're privy. I do want to start producing another podcast, music. I have a lot of shit that I want to do, and I need room for. Obviously, I'm not going to fit a fucking drum set in here.
I know that Sheldon has the ability to do that stuff because I have a CD somewhere of him that when I was trying to rap, he made a mixtape and he gave me a CD of it.
Sheldon does?
Yeah, there's a CD. It might be in that fucking Ranger right now.
So it might be.
It might be in that fucking Ranger. It might be in the radio deck. But I have a CD somewhere.
He did teach me how to use all the software that I'm using right now.
Yeah, I have beats from him. But so he knows how to use all that, but I think he used that on GarageBand. That looks like a Mac. I think maybe not. No, that's just a fucking...
Neither of these are Macs. My phone, though, has GarageBand, and I will tell you, I've dabbled, and I fucking hate it.
I like Fruity Loops more, but I also...
You've showed me.
Can never fucking use it, so...
So I used, Spotify has what's called Soundtrap.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's actually really simple. And they have like thousands and thousands of free sound samples, which is how I made the intro.
Fair enough.
But
I just taught you how to legally trap sounds.
technically. modify and use samples.
Modify samples to
and,
your benefit.
Yeah, and that's fine. So, yeah. But I think that an exterior studio, to whichever degree we decide to go with, will be beneficial.
Just so you can put everything inside of there.
Yeah, because I need more space.
To be fair, a tough shed would definitely be better just because of the fact that you can put the panels in there and it's going to be cheaper than renting out a certain spot for a period of time. Because the majority of that space would definitely not be used.
It will be cheaper. But depending on how far this goes, I'm looking for the professional aspect as well.
That's very true as well. Well, you know what? My mom has other purposes for it too. So yeah, I guess having an actual space would be good in the benefit, but this isn't bad so far. I would definitely recommend buying panels.
So yeah, those panels are not cheap, by the way.
I know they're not cheap. That's why I said
a kit of sound deadening panels are like $200
for like what, fucking 12?
Yeah, like 12 of them.
Yeah,
literally. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go find some foam mattresses and cut them. No, I'm just kidding. It's not gonna be
carpet.
that bad. Yeah, that's
Buy
great.
Carpet.
Yeah, super awesome.
Who gives a fuck? It works. Carpet.
My biggest concern with taking and using the studio that your mom wants to use, my sister, is she wants to have an office space.
So that's
and I'm just not 100% sure that I can produce music in an office space.
Well, no. Okay. So you would just need something that has like 2 rooms specifically. So like an office space and so it would be like, let's say there's 2 office spaces. You can have one office space be a legitimate office space, and then the back room would be, instead of it being like storage, it would be actual like
the studio
area.
Yeah,
and you can do that. It's not impractical. But I see what you mean by like your time frame is not the same as her time frame.
Well, it is. It may be impractical to go back to that, because if that office space shares the building with other office spaces, then they're not going to appreciate the music that I'm going to be putting out.
Who gives a fuck?
I'm going to once I get the ticket. But anyway, different conversation.
Listen. 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. You're allowed to do whatever the fuck you want.
It's daylight. She has a lot of interesting options that are up in the air.
Hey, Sage. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Listen to the sound of my voice.
We don't give a fuck.
We don't give a fuck.
I got it. Okay. I'll explore that option. Just for you. For that moment, we'll explore that option.
Let's just be safe and go like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Let's just give them 12 hours instead of 16.
Yep.
Fuck them.
Yep.
You know what you say to people that don't want you to fulfill your dreams? Fuck them. Fuck them.
This is my favorite quality from Devlyn right now. Here comes the outrage. I love it. Anyway.
Oh no, this isn't a mechanism. This is actually just how I feel. This is I think I've actually proven.
It's not a mechanism. No, you've proven it, and I just didn't know which direction it was. But I fucking do now.
Oh, it's real.
No, yeah, I get it now.
None of this is hiding. I told myself, stop fucking hiding who the fuck you are.
Do you understand? Do you understand why it could be perceived that way?
Oh, 100%. No, I've had people tell me, you're just trying to be a big man with a small dick, and I'm like,
yeah, basically. I mean, without.
Yeah, you know what the problem with that is? I've just brought my pants down multiple times and been like, yeah, it is small. Who the fuck cares?
Your dick, literally.
No, I've done that though.
But you actually have done that.
Yeah, that's
I know. I
take shit literally, and it's not an autistic. Sorry, it's not in a spectrum format. It's
a good catch.
It's
really not in a spectrum. You like.
I like shock and awe.
You do like shock and awe, but you also like proving points.
And I stopped doing that because I realized at the age of 24, it's not funny anymore. It's only good for frat time, and I'm not a frat boy anymore. I was never a frat boy, but I was at the age.
Who gave you a time frame?
Myself.
Why?
Because I kind of realized that, like, if you're, like, 28 and you're, like, just whipping your dick out, it's kind of creepy.
Oh, okay. You're talking about that specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely could bring some problems.
Yeah, so I just realized at 24, like, I should probably stop doing this.
That's the only thing I would encourage you to maybe not do in public.
Yeah, I don't do it anymore.
Okay. That's good.
The only person that I dick slap now is,
The only person that I dick slap now. Continue.
It's just fun.
Who is it? Oh, wait.
It's my girl.
I was going to say, that was probably a stupid question. That's another reason. She probably wouldn't appreciate you doing... Well, I mean, I don't know.
She appreciates me dick slapping her. I don't...
I was talking about pulling it out in public, but that works too.
Oh no, she doesn't want that.
Yeah.
She's a respectful lady.
Yeah.
She's actually she's amazing.
She's a great chick. She really is a good
I
person.
hope she does not listen to this.
Yep.
She might listen to this.
Yep. We're not going to encourage that one. No, I'm kidding. She'll laugh. It's a good time.
No, she also has a great humor. She's an amazing person.
She's, as far as I can tell, and I don't know for what reason that you've chosen to not be in relationships up until this point, but I feel like was there a purpose, or was
I have an answer for that too.
Or was it indirect? Did you not?
No,
mean
it was
to?
direct.
Oh.
I purposely did not want a relationship.
Okay.
I had to figure out whether or not I was the person I wanted to be. And when I realized I was not the person I wanted to be, I decided to fix myself. And the only reason that I'm with her right now is because of a family friend.
I do remember that.
And even then, I still had pushback, and she had pushback on her own reasons for the same mindset that she had. And we realized that we are both just good for each other. And
She seems like she seems like the type of person that would level you out in the ways that you need. And I'm not speaking
100%.
I'm not speaking directly to everything that we've talked about, because I don't think that needs leveling out.
Oh,
Maybe,
no.
maybe you on a personal level that I or on an intimate level that I may not know.
So I'm okay being soft in front of her. And
Well, I think that's I think it's most important that your partner is home.
yes.
You know what I mean when I say that?
Oh no, she loves sleeping. She like when I say that she is home, I mean like she literally like she sleeps and then we have fun and then she sleeps again. Like she is half the time that my friends have seen her, she's probably passed the fuck out.
The other day is actually the first time I've ever seen her nap.
Yeah. But she's still there a lot of the time.
She's always
not,
there.
Yeah, she's always there.
Yeah.
So, okay. When I say that, okay, so she does level me out, and she levels me out in the aspect of, like, I'm not angry when shit happens. And I can just confide in her and then be fine.
That's important.
And then for her, I bring her out to do more stuff. Like, so, for instance, like, when we woke up today, we didn't have anything planned. By the time you talked to me, I had like 5 other fucking things to do today. So,
Oof.
she likes that. She enjoys the fact that, like, I bring a certain amount of chaos into life that keeps her entertained. And then I enjoy that she forces me to calm down every now and then and just appreciate the moment. So, and we are, when they say opposites attract, like, we have the same basic personality. We do both have the same humor. We have the same everything. But she does allow me to just calm down.
Don't you think that dynamic is just amazing?
It's fucking amazing.
And not only that, but it's relaxing.
Also, it doesn't feel like codependence, which is something I was really scared about. Because if I need to go do something like this, then I just go do it.
Right.
And I'll go back to her, and it's fine.
I can see that.
And that is something that I can't put a price tag on. Like, it's amazing. But the reason why I wasn't in a relationship for so long is because I needed to find that. And I was hesitant with her, and she was hesitant too, and it worked out. I'm not gonna lie. When she said that she likes football, that's probably the moment in which I was like, you know what?
Yeah, son of a bitch, we can hang out.
Yeah, and now I fucking have a fantasy league.
Yeah.
Like, I own a fantasy. I was already in 2. I own one now. Because of the fact that I was like, I want you to be involved with me. And she's like, I want to be involved with you.
That's huge. That's huge in my eyes, especially.
She has her own shit, too. It's...
Yeah. But that's something you guys share.
Yeah.
And I think sharing, a lot of people have different views on different relationships, and that's cool. But for me personally, I want to be able to share my interests and my passions,
Well, it's like, I was a fucking whore. Like, I definitely was like a fucking little man whore, just spraying my little man whore shit around. And then I just, like, one day I just decided, like, it's not worth it anymore. I really need to just watch myself. And so I was single for 3 years. I got to the point where I actually did get lonely, and I was like, I need to find someone. And it was in the middle of COVID, so there was no way of doing it.
You can't even go outside.
And also, I'm not doing fucking Tinder. Fuck you guys and your chlamydia-ass app.
Damn. Well, I don't like Tinder either, but Jesus Christ.
Oh no, I just prefer like actually going out into bars and like
Yeah.
talking to people and trying to mosey on over. And
Yeah, I don't.
I did enjoy the old school cat kind of feel. Like I did. Like that's why I dressed. I'm wearing a fucking floral shirt right now. Like I enjoy this shit.
Yeah.
I have pink socks and red fucking Nike SBs on right now.
My
Like
man.
this is what I fucking do. I dress nice and I like to talk to people. I'm not smooth, but I'm honest. And that's probably the fun part.
That's a you quality,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's my own little charisma on top of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I don't know. This is just
Oh, that's gonna hurt. I did not mean to put that much Jack in there. On that note, what do you think the chances are you're gonna come back on?
no 100%. I don't know exactly when, but I'm gonna try to at least do it like
We don't have to schedule anything.
at least. Okay, here. Okay, so let's see. I'm doing a little excursion next week for Valentine's Day. I have the next week off, and I think everything's gonna be more mellowed out by that week.
Dude, if I can get you like once every 2 months.
No, I'm thinking about like once every 2 weeks to a month. I actually think I have the ability to like.
If you want to do it,
So,
then I'm here.
what is it called? March is fucking challenging. I'm also thinking about calming down on my drinking after my birthday. Football season always fucks me up.
Mm-hmm.
That is that goes from like me giving the allowance of like 1 to 2 days a week to like fucking 4 or 5. Like,
Yeah.
because like I don't have a lot of times where I want to drink, but like football season gives me 3 guaranteed days.
Yeah, for sure. At least 3.
Also, I've developed the habit of like having a beer when I drink or when I eat. Like when I go out to eat, I always just get a beer,
Yeah.
which isn't a problem by any means.
No, I do the same thing though.
But like it. Okay, that's another thing that she's done for me. She's made me not feel like a piece of shit for just wanting to enjoy, and it's probably because she smokes a lot of weed. So like to her, it's like, who am I to judge if you have a fucking beer?
Right.
Like, also I can't smoke, so.
Well, you're not fucking irresponsible with it. I'm gonna keep going back to this all fucking day, but the simple fact that you handle your shit and you don't get belligerent, you don't even fucking drink and drive after like 2. So I'm like,
That one's subjective. Because I'll during football season I will have like 2 mugs and then leave the bar, but that's after like 4 hours of watching football. So it's still like.
Yeah, you handle it better than 90% of the adults on this planet who cannot.
Yeah, that's fair.
So.
Oh no, I've lost a lot of friends because of their consumption leading to them getting belligerent, and then
Then you got something to say about it.
Oh yeah, no, that's once again my fucking mouth.
It's whatever, man.
But you know what? I also I don't say shit I can't back up. That is something that I do. I will admit if I am wrong.
That is 100% something I stand by. Is I don't talk about shit. Like
Yeah.
I don't even start a conversation.
Yeah.
If it's not something I don't exactly know about, and that's just where I'm at. If I don't know exactly what you're dealing with at that exact moment, then I'm not gonna fucking step in.
Yeah, 100%. Like I try to stay humble. I try to keep everything honest. And life is too short to not take the thing that you think might be interesting. That doesn't mean fucking cheat, assholes.
Doesn't mean fucking
twist
cheat.
Don't slur my words like that.
That means if you work a long job and you still want to have a fucking podcast, then have your fucking podcast and make it happen.
That means if you want your project car, buy it and then fucking work towards it.
Yes.
And don't cop out. The reason why I haven't started stuff is because I don't want to. I'm not going to be able to finish it, and I acknowledge that.
Mm-hmm.
But if I start something, I will fucking do it.
But do what you enjoy.
100%.
Do it. It's important, especially as you get older and fall into a routine. Keep something that you enjoy.
Break out of the routine. Honestly, like figure out like it's okay to wake up early. That's something that hurt me a lot. It hurts me now, but it's okay to wake up early.
Mm-hmm. It sure is. I think that's a good note to close this out on.
It is.
I'm excited to
Stay humble, make those choices, and
make them good choices.
be honest with yourself and those around you. Don't be afraid to do what you need to do and to say what you want to say.
That's perfect. That's fucking perfect. I'm excited to have you on more. so we can delve a little bit deeper into that fucking cranium of yours.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. So, again, I'm glad that you enjoy what you help produce. Not literally produce, but...
Oh, no, I'm just glad I have no actual, like, responsibility with this. I can kind of just fucking be here.
Yeah. This is your version of Inception. You planted this bomb a long time ago.
This is kind of like being a baby daddy. I kind of just came inside of something, and now I get to reap the benefits.
Boy, that's a fucking ass-backwards way of saying it, but you're not wrong.
Time to quit. Nope.
Yep. Yeah. On that note, great, I'm pregnant again. No. I'm excited to have you back on. I'm excited to have you back on, and I'm excited to see where this goes. As always, folks...
How many people are listening to this and they're probably going to be like, this guy's a fucking annoying piece of shit?
I don't know. After Uncle D...
That's fair. I've heard... he told me some shit about that.
Yeah. That one's going to send this thing a little sideways, and I'm cool with it.
I mean, it's kind of worth it, right? Like,
by this point, when you guys are listening to this, we're talking about my brother Dustin, who was on a couple episodes ago.
I hang out with Dustin like 3 or 4 times a week. It's not good.
He's our Uncle Diaz, you know. He's our Uncle D, Uncle Joey, so to speak.
What the fuck would I be at this point? Like,
dude, I don't even know.
Am I just a fucking enigma?
You manifested on your own. As always, questions, concerns, comments, meversusme@gmail.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram. Check it out. TikTok as well. And again, if you feel so compelled as to donate, a generous donation would be hugely appreciated to make this thing bigger, better, and maybe get this thing on video soon. It's something I'm working towards. I got to figure out a lot of shit, but my Cash App and my Venmo are both on TikTok. They're both Sage Bogartis. Check it out. And...
well, hold up. I gotta tag myself into some shit.
Well, you want to plug?
I want to plug my Instagram.
Plug it.
Yeah, I got a little fun Instagram thing. And if you look up Devlyn Jessup with a Y, or if you just look up Third Party Minority, 3RD space party space minority. That is me on Instagram. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I got.
The most entertaining shit posting you'll ever see. You will not be disappointed. Check them out on Instagram.
Thank you.
At Third Party Minority. It's a real thing. Check them out. We love you. Thanks for listening.